declarations. He also ordered a retrial of Hosni Mubarak. And as you know, during the Arab Spring, many people here in Cairo, Egypt, many people all over that country wanted democracy. And now they're protesting again. You can see it's getting rather violent in Tahrir Square right now. They're protesting again over what they call another blow to democracy in the country against Mohamed Morsi. Of course, we'll keep you posted. Is Grover over? Norquist, the powerful lobbyist and his no new taxes ever pledge, may be losing his grip on Republican lawmakers. Georgia Republican Saxby Chambliss is the latest to jump off the Americans for Tax Reform anti-tax bandwagon. Chambliss told CNN affiliate WMAZ this week, quote, "I care more about my country than I do about a 20-year-old pledge. If we do it his way, Norquist's way, then we'll continue in debt, and I just have a disagreement with him about that." So what might this mean for the so-called fiscal cliff? One of three topics we'd like to explore with our political panel this morning. The other, since President Obama began his second term, there's been a war between Israel and Hamas. The CIA director has resigned, and his ambassador to the United Nations remains under fire. We'll also touch on Black Friday. With me now, Democratic strategist Maria Cardona and Republican strategist Anna Navarro. Good morning.
Good morning, Carol.
Okay, so good morning. On to our first topic. Is Grover over, Anna?
Well, it sure has a nice ring to it now, doesn't it? Look, I salute and commend Saxby Chambliss. I think that's how all people that are elected to represent their constituents should feel. There should be no pledges. Your pledge should be to your country, to your God, to your spouse. You know, that's what it is. I come, Carol, at this from the Jeb Bush school of thought. A couple of months ago, he was being asked about this in Congress, and he said, "You don't outsource your convictions." That's exactly the right thing to say and the right thing to think. You should act because that's how you want to act, not because you are being held bound by some pledge.
And Maria, what does this mean for talks on the fiscal cliff?
Well, I actually think it's positive because it gives Republicans a lot more leeway to do the right thing. And Chambliss was right on in basically saying that he cares more about his country. Carol, I was at the DNC, at the Democratic National Committee, in the early 90s. And when Bush won, basically pledged and promised no new taxes, read my lips, no new taxes, it was the biggest gift to the Democrats. Because when he actually ended up having to raise taxes, it wasn't the raising of the taxes that got him into trouble, it was breaking that pledge. So the pledge that politicians should be taking is to take no pledges and to focus on what needs to be done. And when you have Ben Stein and Bill Kristol, two big Republicans, basically saying that new taxes and new revenue should be on the table, I think that the puppet master days of Grover Norquist for Republicans are over.
Gives us hope. Okay, on to our second topic. Are second terms always abysmal failures for presidents? Maria?
No, they're not. And in fact, if you look at history, Carol, there are really no great presidents that didn't have a second term. Are they difficult? Will there be enormous challenges? Yes, of course. But this is what also brings out the character in the president and focuses on doing the right thing from a bipartisan standpoint. You look at FDR, you look at Lincoln, you look even at Reagan in terms of what he did with the Soviet Union. All of those things happened in the second term. So though there's turmoil now for President Obama, these are external things that really he doesn't have a lot of control over. It will all focus on how he handles it, how he focuses on solutions, how he works with Republicans in order to do the right thing for this country.
Yeah, but Anna, this is major turmoil. We're not talking about little things here.
No, we're not talking about little things, and it's a lot of turmoil, and it all happened one right after the other, right after re-election. Look, I tell you, first terms are about getting re-elected. Second terms should be about building a legacy and leaving something behind. I think we should be watching very closely, all of us, what happens with the fiscal cliff. Because if they are able, if Republicans in Congress and the president are able to get together and actually do something, I think it's a good omen for what's ahead. If they're not, then I think we're in for a very tough 4 years. I think President Obama is going to have a very hard time passing his agenda. As Americans, we should all be rooting for him because we're all in this together, and there's some big, hairy problems that we need to tackle. And I think it's a good thing what we're hearing right right now out of the Republican leadership and also out of the White House, where everybody seems to be holding hands, at least for the time being, and singing Kumbaya and saying we're ready to work together and get something done. I say we pray for that between now and Christmas and see if it actually happens.
I'm with you. I'm going to drop to my knees right now. Third topic, we have to talk about Black Friday because I wanted to ask both of you, how long do you think it will be until stores open at midnight on Christmas Day? Anna?
Listen, one Black Friday is enough. You know, Black Friday followed by Turkey Thursday, and I'm wearing green today in honor of Black Friday because it's all about the money. It's a great moneymaker for, you know, for stores. I've got relatives here from Central America who are here, you know, to go fight over a $4 toaster they probably don't even need. You know, I actually am not a fan of these commercial holidays, if you like, because I think it takes away a little bit from the thought of, you know, just yesterday we were all about family and friends and giving thanks, and you know, now we're all fighting with each other, duking it out over Tickle Me Elmo. So, you know, I think we need to put the focus back where it is. That being said, we're in a tough economy, and so if this helps get people out there spending the money and getting the economy churning, you know, it's all good. To each his own.
Maria, I really think that one day soon that retailers will just remain open 24/7, even on holidays, because they need to get people into the stores to buy.
I guess that might be the case, Carol, but God, I hope not. I mean, I guess in this recession and this sluggish recovery, it is a good thing and it is good for retailers. It's not so good for family unity. But I got to tell you, coming off of a political campaign where people were so sick of all of the political ads, how long did it take me to get sick of the doorbuster ads for Macy's and Walmart and Target? I was sick of it, Carol. So God forbid that Black Friday come along for Christmas, because then the one thing we're going to be seeing is Santa Claus at the end of the commercials for Black Friday saying, "I'm Saint Nick and I approve this message."
It's not long, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Maria Cardona, Anna Navarro, thank you so much for being with us on this Black Friday.
Thank you so much, Carol.
Some things get better with age. Wine, cheese, and Hollywood stars. We'll examine the latter in our series, Age Against the Machine.
2012. It's almost over, so why not make an end-of-year resolution with Kia's holiday sales event? J.D. Power & Associates ranked the Soul highest in its class in initial quality, and the Optima most appealing midsize car. Add in the Sorrento, and Kia has some of the highest safety-rated vehicles on the road. 2012 may be coming to an end, but the best time to buy a Kia is right now.